First ever meeting, it was my freshman year at BYU. She was actually dating a friend of mine.
Didn't really know each other. Honestly, I kind of knew him as that freakish tall kid. He's very tall.
We were just hanging out at an apartment of my buddies, and she was hanging out over there, and I saw her, and I was like, wow, she's beautiful.
He did say he's come to my apartment before, but I don't remember. I must have not noticed him.
When I got home from my mission is when we started talking again.
We started talking via text.
It got from texting each other to calling each other. Then I moved out here in April to go back to school, and she was actually planning on moving back out here anyway.
He came up and helped me move down, and then we started dating.
I don't know where we're going, and I am not afraid to say.
I was up here for Easter with my family, and he asked me out. He had already moved down here. He moved down a couple months before I did, so I saw him.
She's like, yeah, come up and, you know, come see me, come pick me up, we'll go hang out. I'm like, all right. So I go there and I knock on the door and everybody's there.
He came to the door and my huge buff cousin answered the door to intimidate him because everyone was looking at the window because I had been talking to him for months on the phone every night before then, so.
And I was like, this is weird. So I get her immediate family, I get her aunts and uncles, I get her grandparents. I'm just like, well, let's get this out of the way quick then, I guess, so.
Yeah. He needed a change of clothes, to be honest, but he was off the mish, so I understand.
And I am not afraid to say it. I don't know where we're going, lover.
He was like super nervous to kiss me. He hadn't kissed a girl in like 3 years.
Okay, the first night we went back to my apartment and we were watching a movie and just kind of cuddling and hanging out, and you could kind of tell she was like kind of leaning in for me, but I wouldn't really go for it.
He wouldn't kiss me the first date. He was very serious about that, so I was like, whatever.
But then the second night we kind of hung out again and watched the movie again, and that's when we finally kissed.
I pretty much had my face like this close to his and he still wouldn't kiss me, but I think he finally got the hint and finally kissed me. And I was impressed. He was a really good kisser for such a long time.
It was awesome. I remember from that first time, it was like, she's someone I want to be with for a while.
I don't know where we're going, lover, oh lover, oh lover.
I'd say her eyes and her smile, hands down.
I do like that he's really tall. I do like that, and my father likes that a lot. That was his first, yes, tall grandkids. My dad's a little shorty. So, yeah.
Especially with her, though, I saw her eyes, and then when she smiled, and like those two things, hands down, were what got me.
And he has really nice eyes, and a nice smile.
Kind of two things. One, she's extremely motivated and hardworking.
He is very selfless. I'll give him that. He's very selfless.
And then she always cares for other people. You know, one, she works for everything that she has, but then she'll step right in and take care of someone she has to.
For a guy, he is very good at listening, even though sometimes I'll get on him for not being, but truthfully, he is a very good listener.
A lot of girls I know are very messy people. She's very clean. I mean, if I drop my backpack on the ground coming home from school at her place or whatever it may be, it's, pick this up. You know, it's like, oh crap. And it helps me be better because, you know, I want to be a cleaner person. And
when he laughs, it's kind of like a ha 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 ha. For a long time, I'd like make fun of him after he did it every time, and he never caught on. Then finally, are you making fun of my laugh? Well, I'm a planner, so I kind of like had it mapped out in my head. Okay, well, he'll probably propose to me around this time frame, but I was wrong because he proposed like 5 months after we were dating.
She kept telling me, you know, one, she wanted an audience, and two, she wanted it to be a surprise, and it's really hard to surprise her.
I go back to Seattle every 6 weeks to work, so I'm gone a lot. So when I left, I had said bye to him that morning and everything like normal.
I flew out, I think like 2 hours ahead of her. Like, I had just seen her that morning too, and I told her I had to go take a test, I'd go take something, and so actually I did go home, but my roommate took me right back up to the airport.
I flew in, I was meeting my family and a big group of friends for dinner at my favorite restaurant, because it's just what we always do.
So they got there, and I was like in the back hanging out with like the waiters and stuff, and I like had the ring with me, and
ordered my food, everyone else got their food, and I'm sitting there kind of like ticked off because I'm starving. Just bring my food.
And the waiter comes up to her and says, sorry, it's going to take a little bit longer. We messed up on yours. I'm sorry. You know, it'll come right out. It's almost done.
And all of a sudden I get this plate sit down in front of me, and it has the ring in the box sitting on it with a big red bow.
And I set it down in front of her, and I was like, okay, here's your meal. And she goes, what are you doing here? Like, not like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing here?
Because I was really freaked out and scared, and it was just, I had said bye to him just hours earlier.
But then at that point is when I was like starting to shake and get all super nervous, because before I really wasn't. Then got down on a knee in front of everyone and asked her to marry me, and the whole restaurant clapped, and
I think I mumbled out a yes, maybe.
Surprised her, won, and got the crowd, so I think we did pretty good. It's been different for me because I didn't expect it to happen this fast. But once I knew, I knew. And from that moment, like, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. She was someone that, you know, I could be myself with and just have fun. I remember from the first time I said I loved her, it hasn't changed, it's only grew. And the type of person that she is, one, she makes me better. And that's what you want in a spouse. You want someone that'll make you strive to be better. And she does that for me. And just the qualities that she has picks up where I lack. And, you know, I just can't wait for the rest of my life with her.
Well, honestly, Spencer is, you know, this is cliche, of course, but he's the best person I've ever met. He's the only person that I've ever been in love with, and he proves to me every single day that it's worth it, and I can't wait to grow old with him and, you know, do everything that married couples do. He's my other half. He's my best friend.